John, how's it going?
Fantastic. How are you doing?
Doing good, doing good. It's a good Sunday here, Sunday update for the community. We got Ali, you're back. Good to see.
Yep. Good to see you guys. How's it going?
Doing good, doing good.
Great.
Well, we're here to update the community, right? So, John, what do you say?
Let's go ahead and get to it. We've got some good stuff. So let me just look here. So I had a bunch of questions about education. Just wanted to let the community know that we're going to get back with education this week. We have a bunch of topics we're going to be covering, but if there's anything you guys want to hear or see about, you can always submit through the support portal or through the support email ideas or education series that you want to see. So those are open up. We're going to start doing those again this week.
Yep.
And I think what we're going to mostly focus on, Ali and I and the group team were talking about this before the call. We're going to mostly be focusing on the aspects of BankSocial, not directly talking about BankSocial per se, but the aspects of BankSocial, for example, wallet. I know we already did some wallet discussions or education before, but specifically focusing on the wallet, specifically focusing on maybe some of the pieces of the ecosystem that are coming up that are going to be coming online. So that's what we'll be focused on for these next few weeks. But again, if you have ideas and something you want to see, please don't hesitate to reach out, put that out there into the support portal or send us a support email.
Absolutely. Education's been key for our community, so that'll be good.
Yeah. I think, out of the gate, maybe some education on the switch, how to get a migrated token would probably be a very good educational series. We have a lot of people asking about that. So something thorough that I know we still have a lot of people that ask about the BSC upgrade, about their tokens, where their tokens have gone or how they get their tokens. They already have their tokens. So just helping people understand what that whole transfer process looks like, I think would be great.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there we can talk about the patent pending items.
Yeah. So this week, I believe we've already got some news, some press releases lined up. Essentially, we've got the patent pending news that we're going to be releasing, and we'll give you guys a teaser on what that's going to be. So essentially what that is a way for BankSocial token holders and non-token holders to earn BankSocial token. It's also very exciting because this is also something that we can provide to other communities. It's not just something that's exclusive to us, but there will be benefits for the BankSocial token in general, because it will be the utility layer for how other tokens can help their communities earn. So we're very, very excited about that. I think Ali and I have most been excited about the fact that we're probably one of the first, if not the first, token project, crypto project, blockchain project that's filed a patent, and going to be filing several more here. So we're extremely excited about the fact that we're taking a leading role in the space, doing things that have not been done before. I think last week you guys saw that we were the first project ever that got the same contract address on both the ERC side and the BSC side. That's, to my knowledge, never been done before, but we did it, and now we only have one contract address. So we're working on, expanding our practice of being the first in so many ways. And we think that's going to not only start to show, but really start to pull us away from the pack. I mean, I would already say that, of the 15, 20,000 tokens that are already listed on CoinMarketCap, we're already in the top third after 5-6 months of those tokens, which is very exciting. So we have the ability to skyrocket past a lot of the other tokens, as we move along here. So that's very exciting for us. Ali, was there anything I missed in that you wanted to recap?
Well, I mean, aside from the things that can say, just very excited about the fact that we're one of the first in terms of going for a patent and an actual utility, among other things. It's just very exciting to do something for real, rather than just saying, yeah, it's coming, wait for it. What we do here is actually doing stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's very exciting, I think.
Yep, I agree. So be looking out for that. I think I'm not sure what day we have the news announced for, but I do know that we do have the news announced for this week, and we'll be making we'll be making the official announcement with exactly what that is here in the next several days. So keep your eye out for that. The BSC upgrade. So the BSC upgrade went extremely well, happened very fast. We didn't have as many issues with people asking what and how and where everything went. So that was great. And as part of the BSC launch, and actually as part of the ERC launch, there is a process that we've introduced that may also be a first of its kind. I'm not aware of any other tokens that are doing this. I'm sure we'll start to have a lot of copycats come along and do this after we've been the first to do it. But our new contract allows for us in certain situations to go in and recover tokens. And so I'll let Ali discuss the process more, but we've already been able to recover a couple of people's tokens, and those people are just working through the verification process right now, which is it's not, it's not fast and it's not quick, but at least your tokens are safe. We actually had somebody who was scammed by putting in their wallet address into or their passphrase into a phishing site. Their tokens got stolen, and they let us know quick enough, and we were able to recover those tokens. So there is a process, there is a procedure. I'll let Ali talk more about that.
Yeah, first of all, the BSC upgrade, as you mentioned, fantastic progress on that. It was way smoother because we did the same thing on the ERC side. And about the token recovery procedures, depending on the circumstance were the tokens stolen or were they lost because of your own actions or for whatever reason, we have different kind of procedures. But basically, we just look at what happened and verify that with your story. Simultaneously, we do our due diligence and a mandatory KYC procedure. And after that's done, if it's possible, we'll recover your tokens.
Yeah, and there is a process for that. It does require KYC. It does require us doing some investigation, and it's not a short process. It's not something that's going to take a day or 2 days. It's something that's serious, that we take very serious. We must take it very serious. And so, if you do apply for that, if your tokens do get stolen or you send them to a bad wallet, or I know For example, some people have sent their tokens to the Coinbase hot wallet, for example, accidentally. We've been able to recover those as well. But again, it's not, some cases may happen a little bit faster, some cases a little bit slower. But again, the key there is that we can secure your tokens so that they're not gone and they're not lost to you. That's the biggest key that we want you guys to take away from that.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm sure the community's gonna be excited about that. So
yeah, and we'll have more information coming out about that this week as well. And again, that's another first that the BSL token has, that I'm not aware of any other tokens that have implemented such robust feature sets in their smart contract. So we're really pushing forward, pushing the envelope with regard to what we can do, how we can do it, how we can keep the cost low in the contract. So we're very excited about a lot of this. That'll bring me to Android and iOS apps, the new website. They've been up and running for, anywhere from a week to 2 weeks now. And viewership, the most exciting thing about these, sure, we've launched a new website, but the most exciting thing about it is the number of new users that have been visiting the website on a daily basis. Our old metrics, we were reviewing our old metrics. We were at about 15 to 20% on any given day was new users, and the rest was existing users coming back to the site to re-review the site. That was on the old website. Since we've made the switch to the new website, we've had over a threefold increase. So now we're talking about 60 to 75% of the users hitting the website today are new, brand new, never been to the website before. And so what we feel like is happening here, and what our research has shown us is happening here, is that we've got a lot of people coming to the website, and this is where we feel that the fiat on-ramp portion will really start to capture the users that maybe because we're not, because we don't have like block in our name or a meme token type of appearance, people that are coming in are probably a little bit more of your regular users who are hearing about BankSocial from their friends, are interested in what it could be, are coming in, but they're not necessarily the type of people that jump from meme coin to meme coin. And so they're not ready or not able, not understanding of what it takes to do that. So this is something that's very exciting to us, and being able to capture those people with the fiat on-ramp is something that we're very, very excited about. Other than that, I mean, the website, everything's going really well. I know that the iOS app has been out for about a week and a half in testing now. And I know Michael and I were talking before this. I don't think we've seen any bugs, nothing minor or major at all. I think there may have been a few UI tweaks that could have been made, but nothing major at all. So we're past the major portion of iOS testing, and we'll be making an announcement on the release, the public release of the iOS app.
Yeah, there weren't really any major issues coming in. Even in general, it was mostly some questions about things or which token is which. That's what all we've really been seeing lately. So it's been pretty good, apparently.
Yeah, I agree. Was there anything else, Ali, that you wanted to add on to that?
Well, one thing that I want to note here is that, aside from the new website that just looks amazing and is amazing, behind the scenes, what I like is how smooth we go after one try. So we did the ERC upgrade, and then we did the BSC one without any hitch. And we did the Android app release, and now we're doing iOS one without a hitch. So it's just after one try, we get it right.
And I think you're absolutely right. And I think that speaks to the testament of, the people that are involved here in running this. We're not just people who were, doing something completely unrelated to the space last week, and then we decided to jump into crypto because we thought there was a few bucks to be made here. We're really people who understand every aspect of the space, the existing frameworks before blockchain, the new frameworks of the blockchain. And we aren't just saying that we want to change the world. We actually are doing it one step at a time, which is what it takes. And so I agree, Ali, that it's refreshing whenever we see other projects taking months and months and months, weeks and weeks and weeks to release things that we're doing in days, and with one step. Like you said, it's not taking us 6, 7, 8 tries. We go into it, we release it. I think one thing that's been really exciting is the way the technology has been set up. Just on the website, for example, the website a few weeks back was able to scale to almost 10,000 users in 1 hour. We had a 10,000 user spike when we were trending on CoinMarketCap a few weeks back. We had a 10,000 user spike in 1 hour. We're typically getting anywhere from 500 to 1,000 users a day, which is very, very good traffic for a project of our time and existence. And so for our technology to be able to handle the type of things it's been handling, and for us to be able to put stuff out there, like you said, with minimal issue, minimal pushback. I mean, a lot of the stuff that we release, especially with these smart contracts, they're released straight to production and there is no rollback. And so, we've assembled the team that we need, I feel, and it's really starting to click on all fronts. So I'm in exact step with you, Ali, that's a very exciting part of what's been going on here.
Perfect.
All right. So getting to some even more exciting news, the MyBankSocial area. So we've been diligently working on the MyBankSocial area. The earning tool that we talked about before that were patented, that will be part of the BankSocial area. So we feel like we'll get a lot of signups out of the BankSocial area, the MyBankSocial area, of people who may not necessarily come in and own BankSocial on day one, but by the time they've started earning it through this mechanism that we create, they will be BankSocial token holders and they will be another user in the ecosystem. So diligently working on that. We want to provide the right balance of, we don't want to wait until the entire ecosystem is finished, but we also don't want to push something out there that's too light. And so, really building that balance for version 1 so that it's usable, feature rich, and something that people can come back to on a daily or a several times a week basis to engage with, play with, earn with, is really what our focus is right now. So that'll be one of the next major pieces on the list to get completed, but no timelines on that one yet, because we're more interested in building a great product than releasing something just to say we released something.
Yeah.
Mm.
And
Making the right moves, not
this is
just
really
fast.
not something that you could timeline on, because it's just so much development and testing before we put it in front of people. So
yeah, and it's going to be one of those things that's a constant iteration. It's never going to be finished. I mean, at least in my eyes, I don't think that's something that's ever going to be finished. It's going to constantly be an iteration. So as everything comes, we'll have more and more and more and more that's available. Always never ending iteration of progress. So it's a very exciting place for us to be right now. And with that, I think we'll get on to the major news announcement here. We've secured a partnership with IndyCar. So we're an official sponsor of the Indy 500, which, to see BankSocial at the Indy 500 is going to be an amazing thing for all of us, to see our brand alongside of brands like Rolex and Tag Heuer, and brands that have been in existence for 50 plus, 60 plus years, to be right alongside of those brands as a sponsor is, for me at least, amazing. It's a and that's really just the beginning. we see many more big time sponsorships like this, big time partnerships like this, as we continue to increase awareness. We really feel like the opportunities are endless, especially in the sector that we're doing this in, and the way that we're doing this, where we are creating an official business. We are creating official entities, legit entities. We're not just some, some group of people that calls themselves a DeFi project who's probably breaking, every known law in existence, even though they think that by calling themselves a DeFi project, they've been able to somehow skirt those laws and those regulations. So it's extremely exciting, especially when we hear back from these IndyCar people and the sponsorships that we've made. They're as excited as we are. And, when you see something like that, you have something special. So there's a very, very big, this is a very, very big move that I think cements legitimacy, to so many more people, and we'll continue to, push these types of partnerships along. We will be having an AMA with the car that we're sponsoring for the Indy 500. So probably next week. And speaking of AMAs, Ali, I know you and we've been talking about doing these at a different time, because I know that in a lot of places around the world, Sunday is just it's a time when people spend with their families. It may not be, and I can tell you in America here that Sundays are football days, and people taking 30 minutes out of their football schedule can be, can be a challenge. And so I think, Ali, what we decided to do was promote some times to the community. Maybe we'll put up a poll, either on the DAO in Twitter, or maybe even in the Telegram chat. And then we can get some feedback on when the best time for the community could be, because I know that we're, the people that show up, the 60 to 70 people that show up, 80 people sometimes, 100 people sometimes on this AMA, those people are consistent, and I feel like they'll be there regardless of when we do it. The goal is really to open and provide a timing that works, a different timing that works more with people's schedules than Sunday at noon. And I think that's what we'll work on this week, and we'll make an announcement on a new AMA time if it does work out that there is a time that works better for everybody.
Yeah, perfect.
Makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. Because we do know that the audience is there, but
yeah, and I think we've seen that when we do AMAs, for example, when we do our chat AMAs in Telegram, and we do those in the middle of the week, we tend to have some higher output. And I think that boils down to Sundays are just private, personal days for people. I know my wife, Michael, probably your wife, they aren't the biggest fans of us, doing these in middle of Sundays, but we do it for the community, and so, but we do want to make sure that, even though we sacrifice our time, we don't expect the community to have to make huge sacrifices, and we want to do it in a way that works for everybody. So we will be putting out a poll to test the waters on if changing this would work better for a lot more people. And I think we'll find out that it most likely will, and then we'll make a determination based on that. But it's probably looking like sometime midweek. I think a lot of other projects are doing these things like Thursdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, 2 to 3 p.m. US time. Someplace you're working, you're probably winding up your day. You're not in a very busy time of your day, even if you are working, and you can turn on the AMA and watch it or listen to it in the background because you're already in front of a computer. That's kind of the idea here. So again, just be on the lookout for that.
Great.
yeah, great.
And then the last thing here, we'll be doing a AMA after this on Twitter Spaces, because this week I was at the Texas Blockchain Summit, and some amazing information came out of that, and I'd love to share and take questions, because I've just by sheer determination, I think I was able to get in front of some of the most powerful regulators and decision makers, in the United States. And really, some of these people are driving policy worldwide because the U.S. is such a leader in policy making, decision making. When we do something here, the world tends to follow. And so I'd like to share what I learned, take questions, because again, I will be in contact with these people, specifically Hester Pierce. I spent about 10 minutes talking with her privately, which was very, very cool, very exciting to be able to talk with the commissioner of the SEC, one of the 3 or 4 commissioners that there are of the SEC, as well as Ted Cruz, and then, a number of other state and local government officials for Texas. It looks like Texas is actually going to be one of the leaders, forefront leaders, is already, yeah, they've already made huge strides in what their focus is going to be in the blockchain world. And they've made some really, really amazing, really strong regulations have been set already for things like Bitcoin, custody, banking in Texas. And so it's very exciting, not just being somebody who is a native Texan, but to see that the United States, Texas is such a big state that if it tends to move, it's like one of those California or New York style moves. When Texas tends to make a big move, people take notice. And so the fact that we are moving and pushing things forward, I think that's why you saw people like Hester Pierce. We had congressmen from Ohio. We had people come. The former president of Boeing was there to speak. And you typically don't get these types of people. This is the first year the first time this summit was ever put together. So typically you don't get the type of turnout with these types of people unless there's a reason for it. And the reason's not, they weren't paid. I know personally they were not paid. They just came down and did this. I mean, they did get, free lodging and all that kind of stuff, but I hardly think that that's payment. But yeah, we'll be jumping on the AMA after this on Twitter Spaces in about 30 minutes. And, we'll have a good chat on that. I'd love to get y'all's feedback and comments, and then we can start incorporating that into the discussions that we're having, just to push blockchain forward in the United States and around the world. We have to really get the regulation right up front, because once laws and regulation are put into place, it's very difficult to roll those back out. And often they never get rolled out. They just get layered upon, and they get more convoluted. And it just gives lawmakers and regulators more ways to, gives them more outs or more gray area to say, I think I read this. I think I read this. So, we have to get the legislation right the first time, the regulation right the first time. But we'll talk about that on the AMA.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So to recap, I think we've got a few more people. Looks like we've popped up in viewers a little bit more. To recap, we've got the big news about IndyCar. We're sponsoring Indy 500 specifically. It's the largest single racing event in the world of racing. And so we're extremely excited about that. It's got the demographic we're going after. It's more like a golf event than a NASCAR event. It tends to swing more to that side of the fence. People popping champagne and sitting in suites and booths is the demographic of that. So we feel like it's a perfect marriage for an initial partnership out of the gate. And again, with the other types of brands and images that are going to be around us, it really will cement us in as a valid player in the spaces that we're playing in.
Looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Ali, anything I missed?
Not that I know of. No.
Okay, great. Michael, anything I missed? Anything you guys want to say?
No.
All right, fantastic.
See you on Spaces.
See you guys on Spaces. All the love, all the power. We'll see you guys soon.